week, girl. Favorite time
I
of the week.
know. Talking about books was better than that.
I
Nothing.
don't know anything. I don't know anything better than that. No. Mm-mm. Yes, honey.
Yes, we are back. This is what this gonna be.
So
This is
five.
episode 5.
This is episode 5. We are sitting here
Wow.
talking on episode 5. I'm proud of us for
What
real.
a dream come true. Me too. We
Absolutely.
did it. We're making it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, what did you read this week?
Oh, this has been a week. Okay,
You
so
was
of course,
outside, friend. I said, wow, not her husband. Hubby is outside.
baby.
Stop that.
I
Look.
know it was his birthday weekend and his friends came into
Um,
town. We had his best friend in the whole entire world came in town. Oh, and then we had a ball with him and
I
his
said,
wife. I mean, we took them all over Atlanta. It was just a good time. We Friday,
good.
Saturday, and Sunday. Like I'm too old to
Yeah.
party 3 days in a row. So that Monday, I was like, I can't do it. I can't get out of bed. I can't go nowhere. Yeah, yeah. That's when I realized I'm like, girl, you're 41. You don't party 3 days in a row. You
You
party and
thought you
sit
was
down.
grown, girl,
Girl, I
huh?
did. And my body was like, absolutely not, ma'am. But
I
that
said
was
to
fun.
myself, I said she was outside because we really hadn't talked that much this week, and I was like, she must be in recovery because I didn't really see you on the weekend on social media either,
I
and then we
didn't.
hadn't really talked this that much during the week, so I'm like, yeah, friend is over
That's
there
my
suffering.
boo. I had to make sure he had a good
Of
birthday.
course, I hope he
So
had a
that was
great birthday.
awesome. And even even when I did finish though and came back in the house, everybody was like,
Hmm.
oh, they went back to the hotel. They was like, well, where y'all? I'm like, I'm gonna go read for like at least 30
Hmm.
minutes until I fall asleep. They was like,
Yeah,
girl, you are a real reader. Y'all thought this was a game. This is not a
yeah,
game. This is real life. The
it is
characters are
life,
waiting on me. I left
right?
them. They didn't leave me.
Yeah, for sure. They probably like, where
Yeah.
is Aquarius at?
I know, quiet, just quiet. If I'm ever quiet, you better come find me because I'm probably doing something
Hmm.
I ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I was already hip. So when you posted them videos, I said, "Yep,
I was
friend was
outside. I was
outside."
outside. Yeah, I'm good at doing both. I can manage both. I can go outside
Yeah.
and I can be a good reader. I'm good at juggling. If people invite me somewhere, I'm going. Where you?
Hmm.
Yes, I'm coming. I will be there.
Yeah.
However, I need to leave because I gotta go read my book. My people's waiting on me. But what I'm reading, okay, so everybody knows the world was on pause because my girl Jaquel finally gave us Quasim Three.
Yes.
Girl,
Hallelujah.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Except the ending. I was sad because I didn't want, you could just tell she was wrapping everybody's story up at the end. And I was just like,
Hmm.
this sucks. We've been with these characters for so long, which I know we're
Yeah.
still going to see Corleone because he's, you know, in Menaces and Don
Hmm.
Caselli's story. So we still don't get them. We still might get Capri because, of course, she's the DA. But the way she wrapped everything up, I was like, this is the end. I was like, and we come
Yeah.
to the end of the road. I ain't want to,
Yes.
friend. I ain't want to. I was sad. My husband was like, it's not that serious.
It
Get
is.
out. Get out. Don't you ever say that.
It is
These are
that
my real
serious.
people. Like, stop
Right.
it. That
They
was
know me. I
good.
know them. Yeah, it's serious.
I tried to stretch it. I could usually get through her book in a day or two. And I like stretched it. I would like stop intentionally and go do something
Yeah.
else. Or because I was like, God, she is really closing this out. Anyway, she's a really good author. The girl has phenomenal writing skills. Who else did I read? Let me see here. I read, of course, what we're reading this week, which is Saints by, is it Lakia or Lakia?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Lakia.
Lakia. Okay. So by Lakia, we're going to get into that. I ain't going to even, so that's something else that I read. And then I also am listening to. It's
What is it,
called,
friend?
put it in frame. You
What
know
is
how
it?
it is called In Love in the Studio.
Okay.
Girl, girl, it is like all of my things combined in one. I love reading things where it's like a famous person or or they're trying to become that. I do like
Mm-hmm.
music or musicians that's trying to
Right.
become a superstar or whatever. I enjoy those. We can call it trope. Yes, I love those. However, I like when the author don't give me what I want, kind of sort of, because it just makes me more into it. I'm like, why is she acting this way? This crazy
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
get it together. I'm like, get it together. So the whole story is, I'll just give you the beginning of it.
Okay.
You have this young girl. She is a wild. When I say she is wild, she is all alone. They call it Insta Flicks on there. And her sister is married to a famous person. And I mean, she always shaking her booty. She used me, and she's a man eater. She used them to get her stuff,
Okay.
buy her stuff, but she's smart to be as young
Mm-hmm.
as she is. When they do give her money, she go pocket it and save it. Or you know what I'm saying? Like she's very
Yeah.
smart. So she ended up running into this dude that was an older dude. She like older guys.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, he is twice her age. He is 40 and he is trying his best to sit her down. Like he like you doing too much. If I'm your man, yada yada yada. You need like her friends were like in Barbados or something, and he had her on like a boring trip in Jamaica, like a little old couples trip, and but
Mm-hmm.
she's wild, carefree. That is the time for her to do that.
Yeah.
Child, honey, he slick though, and she wasn't very smart on his part. Where he moved her out of her apartment and bought a condo and paid her for it. She was smart by getting everything put in her name, but he still have a key. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then at that
Yeah.
point, right after that, he got sloppy, and she found out that he was married.
Ooh,
She
what?
found out he was married. He kept saying he was getting a divorce. He apologized. You know, the same old, same old. That kind of was a little bit predictable. I'm like, oh, he just gonna tell her that he's just stringing her along, even though he's not
Yeah.
trying to leave his wife. Girl, well, she gets pregnant, and here I am
Ooh.
intrigued, baby, because he just flipped and changed. He was like, I don't want no baby, I don't want no kids, I don't want to do this. You need to abort it,
What?
whatever the case may be. Well, honey, she has a secret that she hadn't told her family is that she know how to sing. So she asked her sister's famous boyfriend for a producer. And she was the he, and so that she can go and lay a track down or whatever, because she wanted to sing. He was the only
Mm-hmm.
person that knew, girl, and that's when the love connection like started. And he is just like her, just the male version. Like he
Yeah.
just sleep with women. It's like they're the same, so they're both afraid of love, and it's just so
Mm-hmm.
awesome. The best part, though, to me is the sex scenes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
love a good spicy scene, baby.
Friend, now this was like up their spice. Like when they fight, I was like, what is happening right now? I was like, what?
You feel like you need to cover your
When
eyes?
I did, it was
Mm.
like, wow. Then I was like, maybe I read that wrong. Let me reread that. I read it again. I was like, no, it's not me. I'm not the problem. I was like, this is
It's
good,
them.
but Jesus, for it is so good. It caught me by surprise because I'm gonna be truthful. I have read a Tay Monet's book before, and I think it was like all I ever needed. And I didn't love it. Okay, it was
Mm-hmm.
okay, but I didn't love it. So when I bought it, because it was on sale for like
Mm-hmm.
$2.99 audiobook, I was like, let me go get it. I mean, I love a good, person trying to
Yeah.
climb to the top and be a musician or whatever. And I was hooked in the beginning because I was like, she's ratchet as hell and she talked like me, so we have something in common.
Mm-hmm.
So that's real good. That's what I've read, friend, so far. So what you
That
read?
sounds like some good read. So, of course, I read Quasim 3.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Jaquil can do no wrong in our eyes.
Right.
It was wonderful. It was worth the wait. I'm kind of like you. I was kind of sad to see them go because she just kind of wrapped up everything. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, it just kind of put that final seal on it, like this is it. But I know we'll see them again in future books. They'll pop in here and there. At least I
Mm-hmm.
hope so.
Me too.
Um, so love that. Definitely 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Saint was good too. I really enjoyed that. I love, which we'll get into it, because that's the book of the week. But I I came into this book blind. Usually I read the synopsis, but I didn't read the synopsis, so I didn't know what this
Me
book was
neither.
about. So I loved it. And then I'm listening to Love Letters from a Gangster.
My girl listening to my Vayla Quay. Welcome to
I finally made it to LaQuay,
Love that man real
and
bad.
yeah, LaQuay is definitely a grown man. He's definitely putting on. He's
Mm-hmm.
definitely that nigga for
He
sure.
is. He
Yeah.
is.
So I'm enjoying that as well. And the audio is never disappoints. So yeah, that's what I've been reading this week. It's been a slow week as far as books, but that's okay. Um, I think I was writing down, trying to figure out all the books I read last month. I think I read like 14 or 15 last month, so that was pretty good. How many you read last month?
I was the same way. I see when I was 16 books. I didn't see, but it was purposeful. I was like, I'm gonna definitely slow down and try to, we talked about this. I think week one, where I want to immerse myself in books,
Hmm.
and not just. I don't even feel like I rush through them because I get what I get out of them, but I definitely
Yeah.
feel like I'm taking my time and not just as soon as I finish one book, just hurry up and start another book.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm gonna
Let it
take my
sink
time a little
in.
bit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at somebody's reading wrap up, and they read like 40 something books. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of books,
I
baby.
mean,
That's a lot of books.
it's just
How do you do it?
how do you, how do you do that?
I don't know. 40 books? Man, that's a lot.
I can't do it. But, to
Mm-mm.
each his own.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the girls be doing it. They be knocking them out for
I do.
sure.
When I see him, I just be like,
I'm not
wow.
mad. I just be trying to figure out how the hell do they do it.
I know. And with a big wrap up like that, can we get your favorite five out of there? Because that's a lot of
They
books.
did put their favorites at the end,
Okay.
like what
I
their
do. I
top
like to put
ones
my
was.
favorites at the end. It's like, okay, I read all these
But out
books,
of
but here
40
was my favorite one.
books, it seemed like you have more than like five, because that's
Right.
40 books is a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Whoa, you go, girl." I could never.
Me neither.
I don't have the time or the
Yeah, it's
brain
the time for
capacity.
us. I would say
Yeah.
I would definitely say the time. I don't have the
Yeah.
time to do that
So.
and make content. I can't do
Mhm.
both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Well, this week's book was Saint by Lakia. And it's
Mm-hmm.
about what, 200 something pages, real
Yeah,
quick read.
I
And it
love her
takes like,
books. Her books aren't too long. They are
yeah,
not
that's why I
too
like her
long. You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah.
They're just right. I feel like everything
Hmm.
was moving along at a good pace
Yeah, it
in the
was.
story.
Yeah, that's why I like her books because they're not drawn out.
Mm-mm.
You get right to it. It gives you what you need. Don't take you all day. You can read it in one sitting
Right.
and be done with it and move on to the next one. So, and it'd be a good story. So, I enjoy her books a lot.
Me too.
So what did you think about Saint?
Oh my God. I loved Saint real big. I thought, oh Lord, I thought he got the short end of the stick. I would definitely say I was not anticipating. I thought that when, he did the game, the championship game, and he won, I'm like, yes, baby, we finna go to the NBA or at least out to college. I mean,
You're right.
when he got put on the police, I was like, baby, this is a straight laced kid. They ain't gonna find nothing on him,
Mhm.
And they were
Mhm.
so aggressive. I was like, where are we going with this? And
Yeah.
then when you flip the page and it was like 8 years later, hey, wait a minute, hold up. He innocent. He didn't do it. Then I was mad
Yeah.
because I was like, who did it? Who set him up? That was not his
Right.
gun. What
Mhm.
happened? You know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, friend, I definitely liked him, but I just definitely thought he got the short end of the stick. But I like
Yeah.
how he was willing to work his way back up. And he
Mhm.
has the kindest heart when it came to his brother Bishop.
Yes.
Bishop was in jail and he was like, I'm not gonna tell him
Mhm.
because that's gonna make him spaz out knowing that he Natalie has a whole family living in his house.
Yeah.
Like that, I couldn't stand Natalie. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? You helped raise this kid. Even if you did do his brother dirty, he ain't got nowhere to go. He just got out of
Mhm.
prison. Like,
You're
what are we
right.
doing? Yeah, I was already pissed at her. So, what did you think
Yeah.
about? What you thought? What did
I
you think
loved
about Saint?
it. Let's give a quick little synopsis. So Saint is about a young man who is a high school basketball star, and they expect him to go ahead and go to the college and go
Mm-hmm.
to the NBA. But like Aquarius said, Something happens after the big game day, after they win the championship, and he ends up getting arrested.
Yep.
And he spends 8 years in prison.
Hmm.
He finally gets out, and once he gets out, his world is flipped upside down because things have occurred unbeknownst to him that he did
Yeah.
not know was going on because his
Jesus.
big brother is also has been incarcerated since he's been in prison. And some things are going on that they don't know about. And so when he gets out, life is not what he thought it would be.
Right.
And he has to work his way back up and put the pieces back together.
Yeah.
So we go on this journey of following him, trying to build his life back up. And he meets somebody that definitely came in and flipped his world upside
Yes.
down. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's just the
yeah.
best way to put it.
So I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that Saint was not, he was a good person,
He was.
He wasn't an ignorant kid.
Hmm.
Bishop raised him right, because
Yes.
I forgot to mention that they didn't have a mother. Their mother had passed away.
Yes.
And I forgot, was their father not in their life? I can't remember what happened
Dad
with their
passed
dad.
the. I don't know if they said Bishop's dad. I definitely know Saint's dad passed away.
Okay. So, yeah, they didn't have mother, father. Bishop was the father figure to Saint.
Hmm.
And Um, he raised him right. He was such a good
Did.
kid, such a sweet soul. And he went on ahead, he did his time, he got out.
Hmm.
And like you said, he worked his way up. He didn't expect a handout. He
He
was willing to
didn't.
go straight to work. He was willing to go to the shelter. He was willing to sleep in his truck. He was willing to do
That was
whatever
so
he had to do.
sad. That's
I
all he had
know.
was that truck. And so he met a
Mm-mm.
girl who also
Yeah.
didn't have much going on, that was
Yeah.
also homeless. That
Because
was
this
like,
Shalana, what was her name? Shalana? She
shoot.
pissed me off. Because how you
Yeah.
going to oh, because you ain't Bishop's in prison. Oh, you
Mhm.
ain't got the money no more, so we
Right.
can't be together. Like, what, girl? At
I
all?
said, what is happening here? What is happening here? But his brother did say that the girls were chasers. Everybody knew that Bishop was in the streets and he was heavy in
Mm-hmm.
the streets and he provided this lavish lifestyle for his brother. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel like Saints fell victim to that. I mean, this girl was using you.
Yeah. And then she probably thought too that he was probably going to end up going to the NBA and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
even when he got out, she probably just thought he just had all this money he was sitting on, which come to find out he did, but he didn't know because of Nelly's stupid
Baby,
ass. So,
that shocked me. And but I did love how he was just trying, how Saint was trying to spare his brother's feelings and didn't want him
yeah.
to know what had happened when he got out and it didn't go according to how his brother set
Mm-hmm.
up for him.
Yeah, because baby, if it
But
was me, I'd be like, that bitch.
I would have told everything. We're gonna deal with this together. Let
I
me say I would have.
always,
But remember, he was in solitary confinement, so nobody could reach
yeah,
him. He
he
don't get
couldn't,
bail in
right?
solitary confinement. Like he was literally
Yeah.
for at least the first week out there on his own without his
And
brother
by the
knowing what was
time
going on.
Bishop did get out of solitary confinement, he was already making moves and things were
Yeah,
shaking for him. So,
babe, I love what they
yeah.
did. You, girl. I wasn't expecting two love stories. I wasn't
I wasn't
anticipating it. I
either.
felt like Bishop's story was a surprise. You know what I mean? I was like, what? How do we get over here? I thought he
Mm-hmm.
was just gonna come and shake some things up and go on about his business and just support his brother. But when they gave, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I find that Lakia, some of the other books I read, though, she does that where it's like um, bricks. We had
okay,
bricks, and then we had
we did.
Spiral
You're right. You're
story.
right.
You know
Because
what
I
I'm
did read
saying?
bricks.
It was more focused on bricks,
It
but
was.
Spiral was his little situation was thrown in there. So
That's
I feel
true.
like she kind of tends to do that
And
in her
with
books.
same thing with Passenger Princess.
Mhm. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's kind of her thing. But I enjoyed it, and I didn't expect Bishop to be. I thought he was gonna be like a dickhead, like because
I
they
did
were
too.
saying how he was just so rowdy and like
I
didn't
love the
know
rowdiness. I
to
did
say
love.
anything that come out of his mouth and all
He was
that.
the
So I thought he
opposite of
was,
his brother.
yeah,
He was
but I thought it
definitely
was
the
gonna,
opposite of his brother. I was just like, when he like, come on, let's go. We finna. But it was. I love when they write characters that are a little morally gray because you're like, I'm not upset at the fact that he ready to go kill somebody or for his brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
all for his brother. He's like, listen, I know you got locked up again. Don't worry about it. We're going to get that handle. And he goes immediately and asks her, hey, what's your baby daddy name? Full
Mm-hmm.
name. I'm going to go over here and handle it. And he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. And I was like, okay. So even though he was a little mean, it was like, you don't need to be
Mm-hmm.
involved with her because she got a baby. And I understood where he was coming from. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you got to, like, even as a parent, you got to take a step back because it's not your life, it's their life. Even if
Mm-hmm.
it's the choice you would have wanted them to make, you have to let them make some of the decisions for themselves,
Yeah.
you know?
Right. But I
So
loved how, they just kind of came right in. They saved Ava. Loved the baby when
they
she had the
did.
baby,
Spoiled
and
her.
how he got her the house, all the things that the baby needed, and everybody gave gifts and things like that, and just showed her real love and support.
I
They
loved it.
didn't have to because they didn't know her like that, but
Right.
because Saint was like, okay, this is my friend, but knowing
Yes.
good well that you got feelings for her.
Oh my
Stop
God. I was
playing.
like, cut it out.
That scene at the pharmacy when they was picking up the medicine for the baby, and Ava got mad. Ava got
Girl.
mad because he was talking to Shalana or whatever. Boy,
Oh my goodness.
I
Baby, when she went and
said,
got inside of it, I said, oh, not he, but he knew he messed up. Number
yeah.
one, you didn't introduce me to who she was, and then
Mhm.
you give me the keys to go get in the car. Sir, you
Yeah.
shushing me away? Who the hell is she?
Right. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt her. I did. I felt her. But then it's like at the same time, like, okay, well, you didn't tell him how you feel, so
That
how you
dude
supposed to know?
irritates me. Everyone, the miscommunication. Like, both of
Yeah.
y'all feel more than what it is. Even
Mhm.
Bishop was like, hey, you gonna let somebody else snatch her up, dog, and you keep on
Mhm.
playing, you're gonna miss your opportunity. And you're gonna
Yeah.
watch her and her baby have another stepdaddy.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And he know good and damn well he didn't want that because when it was at the party, at Bishop's birthday party, and she was in between the two dudes, he was hella mad. And Bishop was like, just like, this is your opportunity,
This
go.
is your opportunity. You better
Yeah.
take it. He said, because
And he
I know
didn't
both
take
of
it.
them dudes. Both of them ain't no
Mm-hmm.
good. One of them even got a woman at home right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do like Bishop's rawness. They give it to you.
Yeah.
I don't care about your feelings. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is or what
Mm-hmm.
this is not.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like how Bishop was gentle with his love interest
Yeah.
son. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how that was gonna work because he's so
Mm-hmm.
rough. I was like,
Right.
and with a kid with autism, you have to be soft. They don't like loud noises. That him wagging their finger at him, telling him to stop cussing, he cuss all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
God, this man is not gonna just.
But he did,
He did.
and he at first I was like, she ain't fucking with him, but
Me
see when
too.
she slapped him
I
outside when she was
said,
walking. Oh, you about one. You about one. Slap
baby,
that
I was
man. You
laughing.
can't put your hands
Baby,
on
it was the
men.
dogs for me. It was the dogs attacking him. He
Right.
was like, get your dogs.
She
And why you
slapped him
got
and
so
they
many
attacked.
of them?
All dressed in princess dresses.
I know. He was like, he messed up though because he did assume when he saw her that she was a bad
Yeah.
mother. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And she was really struggling. There was a lot going on that day, and he had no idea. He
Yeah.
just judged her because his little
Mhm.
mouth is just hot garbage.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
um,
So yeah, but I really did love how he had the flowers outside her house for
me
her.
too.
Just doing sweet little things like that. It show his softer side, and
Hmm.
that you can see why Saint is the way he is because of some of
Yeah.
the behaviors he was displaying throughout the book.
Yes.
Once he set his eyes out on her and was like, okay, I want her,
Yeah.
his behaviors. So yeah, it was a good time. I loved it. I loved both. I loved everybody except for Shalana
Me too.
and
I didn't like her.
Natalie.
I didn't like
Okay.
Natalie either. I didn't like Natalie either. Like, really? That's what we doing? Your man,
Because the
Natalie
nerve.
didn't really have a excuse. Your man only got 2 years, girl. Like, what are you
Right.
doing?
Sit
Like, you can't hold it in.
down.
Like, not even if you was talking to somebody else or sleeping with somebody else. You raised this boy. It was no way
Hmm.
I could have turned him away.
Yeah. You got a
No.
whole man in this house. You done
Right.
had a whole baby.
Hmm.
Started a whole new family.
Yeah. But Bishop was pretty smart because Bishop was like, I got accounts she don't even know nothing about. We ain't fucked
Hmm.
up out here. We still good. What is
Hmm.
happening, Bishop? Who
Mhm.
knew he was making investments and ready to get out the game and all
Right.
those things? I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I didn't see that part coming because he's
Yeah,
so
me
rough.
neither.
Mm,
Yeah. I thought he was gonna get out. It was gonna be
I
fucked
know.
up out there. But yeah, when he said that, I was like, okay, all right. He making smart business
Right.
moves, you know.
And he could have
So
been one of those brothers who just supported his brother, but he was more of a this is your next step. This is how you become great. This is how you can still be great, even though,
mhm.
you got this felony, you've done this. No, you are good at basketball. Why are you still working over here and moving furniture? No, we're not
Mhm.
doing that. And he was always planning for his brother, like
Yeah.
that fatherly love that
Yeah.
showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like he was more of a father figure to his brother
Yeah,
than
definitely.
a brother relationship. It was more of a father son relationship with
He
him.
definitely stepped up to the plate for sure and made him a good man. You know what I'm saying? He raised him right.
He
And
did.
I love Carl too because Carl could have been, I didn't know if Carl was going to be one of them ignorant men like, oh, you just got out of prison, trying to give him
Mm-hmm.
all these rules and regulations and be an asshole to him. But he really looked out for him too in the beginning when he first got
Oh,
out and needed the
absolutely.
job and paying
Giving
him
him
the
the cash up
cash.
front.
And
I love the fact that he was giving him cash up front because
yeah.
he was living day to day.
Hmm.
He was living day
Yeah,
to day,
he
and that's
was.
kind of embarrassing to have to tell somebody that, no, I can't wait till no whole week to get my money.
Hmm.
Can
Yeah.
you just give me mine? And he was like, sure, give it to
Yeah, but no problem. Didn't think twice
me.
about it. You know what
But
I'm
also,
saying?
you have to
So,
think about it. This kid still got out and was a good kid because he had workers for him that was unreliable. But this man showed up and showed out and was there and
mhm,
was present, even though he didn't even know where he was going to lay his head at night or how he was
mhm,
going to take a shower. And you know what I'm saying? Like all those things that he was worried and concerned about did not
yeah,
impact him from being an exceptional employee.
mhm, right.
I
And
was
that's
like,
how it's supposed to
Bishop,
be.
you raised him
Yeah.
so great. I love
Mhm.
it.
And I
And
loved how
it's just a
Bishop.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I loved how Bishop and Saint and Ava looked out for each other. She's like, "You can come stay with me. You got the car, I got the place. Let's work together." You know what
I
I'm saying? And
loved it. I
yeah, because who
absolutely.
do you know gonna meet somebody and be like, "Oh yeah, you can come move in to my apartment."
Right. This is a
You know what
complete
I'm saying?
stranger
Yeah.
that you have
So,
allowed to come into your space, but he was still so caring. You just saw
mhm.
all of those good qualities and characteristics in him that was like so concerned about her, because he could have not stepped in when he saw her, and the guy was trying to confront her at the homeless
Mhm.
shelter. He could have been just
Yeah.
like everybody else, minding their own business.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. And when he brought her the bag of books when she was in the hospital,
We were, as soon as he
at
said it,
that
he was
point,
like,
that's when we were locked in. Like, it's me and you, bitch. It's
I was
me and
like,
you.
you bought her what? And asked her what her genre was. And honey, you
Mhm.
ain't even got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it
Okay.
out of, but you finna go get
That's
this
the
girl a book. I love
that's
you
the
real
part
bad.
right there.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
what they
main
got
thing
me.
right there.
They got me. I was like, oh, I love
Yeah.
him. Yes, yes.
And let her read to him.
Baby, you're not gonna be able to read no passage through all the way through me, especially not no love scene, baby. Because you know what? I know I'm pregnant, but I'm gonna get re-pregnant again. We finna be pregnant,
Right.
pregnant. Can you do that?
Mhm.
I'm gonna be pregnant twice, okay? Ma'am, I know the other one has just gotten in there. I apologize. I didn't
Right.
know that was possible.
Pregnant at the same damn time,
You ain't
baby.
never
Twice.
lied. Two different baby daddies. You know what I mean? Like it's just I'm
And
sorry.
one
He read to me.
I'll do anything for you at this point. If you find me a bag of books, like you say, you don't even know where you're gonna sleep, where you're gonna shoot, where you're gonna
No,
shower,
and
what you're
it's,
gonna
he said,
eat.
I got you. He said, I got you on the book. I love it. I got you, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God. Oh my God. That's how you wrap me into these book
Mhm.
men. You got me? Because I don't give a damn who the main female character is. It's always going to be me. He got
Mhm.
me. I love it.
Yeah. Listen, if all the men that we read about were truly like that in real life,
Mhm.
life would be so great and
It would
peaceful.
be
Like everything would be
amazing.
truly
It
wonderful.
would be
That's what they
amazing.
need to do. They should have like a seminar where all the men come and just read the romance books,
I
and
love it.
you will learn how to love a
Oh my
woman
God. I love a good woman
properly.
properly.
Hmm.
Properly. Not every woman is deserving of those things, but when you got
Yeah.
her in front of you, you recognize it and you step up to the plate and you be the best of the best version of
Hmm.
yourself possible.
Yeah.
And if you
Absolutely.
pour into her, she gonna pour into you. It's
Absolutely.
just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's what I said. Oh man, the recipe is in the romance genre.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It'll tell you
Yeah.
exactly what we want, how we want it, when we want it,
Mm-hmm.
just all the things. Just all the
Yeah.
things.
Exactly. I've seen that. It was either a TikTok or Instagram, and this man put up a video, and he said the same thing, basically like, "Dude, if you want to know how to love a woman, just read a romance book. It's gonna
That's
give you
it.
free game." And I was like, "That's
That's
so true.
it. That
So
is
true."
absolutely it. It doesn't take a
Yep.
lot,
Mm-mm.
to
And
have
it's
you
little
all.
things, you know. It don't have to be. Everybody
It's
don't
on. You ain't got to go
require.
spend a bag. You ain't got to buy me no purse. You ain't got to do it. It don't take all that. It's those kind, intimate moments
Yeah.
of just showing up for me, being there for me, spending time with me, choosing me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all those things. It's so
Mm-hmm.
many, but it's
Yeah.
really easy if you
Yeah.
ask me. You know,
All you gotta do
and
is be a saint. Saint was a saint, literally.
Saint was a
He
saint.
was what his name
Saint
was.
was a saint. Saint
Mm-hmm.
could get it. Bishop can too,
Yep.
though, because
Mm-hmm.
I love a good man to tell me you gonna pop up at me at the club when I told you I was going out with my friends. That is
Mm-hmm.
hot to me. See, I'm toxic. I'm toxic. I just left
You
you. You just
toxic.
helped me get dressed. I'm toxic as fuck. Baby, I'll see you when I get back. And if I see you step over that line at the club, there go my man, girls. Oh, he came. Be like, but friend, it's girls' night out. Well,
Not anymore.
not anymore. This was fun. I enjoyed you, but I'm enjoying you
Going over
more.
here now.
Maybe he'll buy us a round of drinks, girl, for your birthday. Calm
Right.
down.
Be happy.
I'm gonna hook us all up.
He
Be
might have
calm.
brought a friend,
That's
anything.
right.
Like,
Hello, you gonna make sure you get to your car safely. You see what I'm saying? Like, go with
yeah.
the flow, girl. You're gonna mess it up for
Okay.
everybody.
There's a lot of bonuses here with this. Yeah. Just stick with me and I'll take you there.
Absolutely. Jesus, your birthday finna go up a couple notches. Okay, stop it. I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it. I
Yeah.
love it. You picked this one. This was a good
I
pick.
did pick this one.
Mhm.
Because look here, so far she has not turned me around. I haven't read anything about her that I did not like.
Oh, I love it. Me neither.
When I seen that, I was like, okay, that's something I haven't read. I didn't even know about that. I was like, okay, we can read that. And I knew it was going to be a short, quick, nice
I
little
love
read.
short ones.
She never disappoints. So,
I loved it.
yeah. For me, she's an auto-buy author for me because
Oh,
she never disappoints me. So,
she don't. I enjoyed it. It was a really,
yeah,
really good book with a good
yeah, it
little life
was.
lesson in there. Life may not
Mm-hmm.
go. Life handed him lemonades, and
It did.
lemons, and he made lemonades for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. He definitely came out on top. So,
I was here for all
yeah.
of it.
With the family.
And
They didn't expect that.
listen. Hello. Mm.
Because that in itself takes a lot. Like, you are a man that didn't get this woman pregnant, but you're taking care of her and this baby.
Like I said, I'm a sucker for a stepdaddy trope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
have to tell authors, I need you to make that first man that's in the beginning of the book that she already with.
Mm-hmm.
I need him to be terrible. So when my men show up, I love him even more in the second
Mm-hmm.
half of the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I need him to be just trash bags, do all the things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when my men show up, I'm ready to receive him with open arms.
Come home.
Come on, baby, waiting on you. Yes, this baby can be yours too. I love it. I don't care. You can kill the dad if you want. You can unalive him. I'm totally fine with that. We don't need him to be causing problems.
Right. We don't need any interference. Go ahead and do what you must do.
Hello. Baby, I love a
And
good
we will be
stepdaddy show,
fine.
baby, because they be waiting out there. I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
like that in real life, though. I don't think that there's the guys just sitting there waiting to be stepdaddies like it is in these books, baby.
No. No, they're not.
Somebody, you mine,
Unfortunately.
that's my baby, that's my daughter. You be like, sir, are you on drugs?
You're right.
I need to know because
Mm-mm. It's not your kid.
it's not your kid, dude. Like, seriously, calm down.
It's
Yeah,
not yours.
yeah.
So yeah. All right, friend. Well, that was a good read. What we're gonna read next?
Oh, friend.
It's your turn to pick.
I have nothing.
Let me see what I got on my Kindle. I got my trusty
Sammy,
Kindle
you got
here.
your Kindle. Aubrey J. Oh my God. Aubrey J has the girls keep telling me they wanted my opinion on. She has a basketball series. And I know, honey, we're going to just read the first.
Did you see that? Look at you.
Let me tell you something. Right now, I'm
I'm
tied up in
getting
another
better though. I'm
series
getting
because so
better.
I can't like commit myself to it. However, the girls are saying the good things. Let me find it in my Kindle. In my little wanna reads, honey. And it's all by Aubrey J. Oh, I probably already have it downloaded, said I started reading, which is a lie. In my current reads. Okay. Yes. I don't know if Hood Legacy was the first one, but it's
Mm-hmm.
called Hood Legacy by Aubrey J. I wonder
Good
if it's the
legacy.
first one in the series. Let me just make sure I got the right one.
I don't think I've read anything by Aubrey Chase, so this would be great.
Girl, really? I'm gonna introduce you to Aubrey J. Won't he
Mm-hmm.
do it? Hey,
Yes, he
okay.
will.
Aubrey. What's called the Hoop series. Hoops.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have heard of it, but I have
Hmm.
not read.
Hoop session. Let's see. Which book is my book? The first book, though. That's what I'm trying to see.
Are
Is
you
it
on
Hoops?
Amazon?
I am. I would say Aubrey J. Books in Order. That's a better. Because I did a video, um, just about that sports series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, collections. All right. So, I do believe that that's the first one.
Okay.
Hood Legacy is first. No, March 2025 is when Hoop Session came out. And then May 2025. So we should read Hoop Session first. Let's just see what
Hoop
it is.
session.
Hoop
Okay.
Session by Aubrey J. That could be our next read.
That's what it's gonna be then. So
I
let's talk
love
about what came
it.
out this week. First week of July.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the audiobook for Who You Belong To by ML Bash. Have you read anything by ML Bash before?
Mm-mm.
ML Bash? Okay. The audiobook to that was released this week.
Okay.
We have Stolen Moments with a Bad Boy by Juanita Time. That
Never
was
read.
released this week.
Mm.
Falling by Nina M. Capri is on audio by Jaquetta
Yes, I
J.
saw that.
News and Koya, The Wedding Special by Unique. I haven't read anything by Unique
Me
either.
neither.
Then we have, what is this? Is this Unfinished Business? Oh, no. Yeah. This is The Best Man. They have a 3-book part series.
I
And the first one is Unfinished Business
I saw that.
by
I did see
Malcolm
them.
D. Lee with Jane Allen. So
Okay.
yeah, if somebody I seen a review on that and they said it was really, really good.
I
So
love it.
we need to get into that. So that'll be a 3-part series. So the
Okay.
first book is already out. They came out this week, and then lastly, that I have on my list now. Disclaimer: this is not all the books that have come out this week,
No.
but these are just some that did. Blood in the Water by Tiffany G. Jackson, which is a
Yes.
thriller. I don't think
Yes.
I have read anything. I have some of her books on my shelf, but I have not read them yet.
Friend,
So,
let me lead you first.
okay.
You want to read? So I've read two of her books. I've read Allegedly, which is like a thriller. I've read also Monday's Not Coming. Love Monday's Not Coming. I went to go see her yesterday, and she is so sweet. She's very personable. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she was talking about having a baby and Martha's Vineyard and just the despairs, you know, in the books and the book
Yeah.
world and how
Yeah.
her teachers poured into her. Like her story was really, really good that her teachers knew, even when she was in elementary school, that she would be an author.
Aw.
And how they still come to her book events. Like she was like, if you come to
Wow.
New York and my book events in New York, they all come and show up. And I had a good time. I think I laughed a whole lot. Um, so I did get her book, The Blood in the Water, and this is really she said it was a middle school, you know, 'cause she do YA. That's really her
Mm-hmm.
genre, her, yes, books, her category for her books. She's normally a YA author, but they usually be good.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. Um, it was so annoying reading Monday's Not Coming because the adults failed the
Yeah.
kids in the book. Nobody was listening. But, and it was very sad at the end, of course. She also said where she gets her material from. Like, these are real. She was like, yes, these are real headlines. I just put a good spin and twist and
Mm-hmm.
exaggerate it more than what it is. But she was
Right.
like, I talked about how she do a tons and tons and tons of research. And she said how when she wrote that book, there was no podcast out then. She was like, there was no podcast. You guys get the easy way to go and research stuff. She was like, now when I'm writing one and I'm listening to a one that made the news or headlines or whatever. She was like, now I can go and listen to a podcast, but I had to go and actually sit through and shift through a whole bunch of
Oh
books and
wow.
everybody talking
Mm-hmm.
about it and invest. She was like, it was very, so I just didn't like that it was real because I didn't know she did that. I thought it was actually made up
Yeah.
because I didn't go and research it. But now that I know it's real, it's sad as shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Scary.
it's
Mm-hmm.
very scary
Yeah.
because it can happen to anybody.
Me
But I
too.
do like that it shines a light on Black people and our kids. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, these are our babies. Nobody talks about our kids, their journey, their story, their culture. So
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it. Now, don't get me wrong, girl. I was definitely rolling my eyes because somebody had a newborn baby up in there. And that baby, and you know what I'm saying? I know moms deserve to get out too. But let me tell you, if you ain't had no babysitter for little Fifi, y'all could have stayed at the house. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least
Yeah.
step out when your baby's crying instead of trying to console it in there with us.
Yeah.
I was like, even Tiffany was looking out like,
All right now.
all right now, girl, enough's enough. It ain't working. I need you, step in. She didn't. That annoyed me a little bit. But other than that, I had a good time. I did.
Good. I'm glad
I
you
was
got
like,
to meet
girl,
her.
my husband's like, you are going to have to learn how to go to some of your book events by yourself if you want to attend them. Everybody's not available to just chauffeur you around all the time. And I'm a passenger side princess. Even
Yeah.
in my best friend, as soon as she gets to my house, where you going? She was looking at me, I'm looking at her. Why you putting your arm on the passenger side door? Why you standing so close to me? What the hell are you doing? She was like, Aquarius, I'm not your man. Oh, honey, but you are. I
When we're
don't know.
together.
She was like, you never drive me, and I never will. All right, girl, go on the other side. Go on the other side. She was like, I don't want to drive your car. The way you're getting loud with me is hurting my feelings. Okay,
You're
you
so
know what I'm
dramatic.
saying. I'm starting to. Um, my husband's like, I definitely feel bad for Ebony because you are going to get your way. And he said, that's why I just don't say anything. Yeah. But she figured out I went. She was like, you weren't answering my phone calls. Well, I was a big girl and I went into the city on my own. She was like, you
Yeah.
drove into the city, girl, not you. I was like, girl, I was a hot girl out there by myself. She said. So yeah, I said I was gonna start doing that. That was definitely one of
Yeah.
my goals. Is like I want to do things that I enjoy. I enjoy books
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely enjoy meeting and listening to my authors that I love.
Yeah.
So that's all that's what I like to do. So if I see that coming into the city, and I found out the same day, one
Oh
girl had
wow.
asked me about JL Seeger. She was like, "Oh, you going to see JL Seeger?" I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "I said, girl, I love JL Seeger." I said, "But I ain't heard about her coming to no Atlanta." So she was like, "She'll be here in August," and I was like, "Let me go look out here on the internet, chat." I went and looked on the internet and I said, let me check Eventbrite. I checked Eventbrite and I was like, well, Tiffany Jackson is going to be well tomorrow. I
See,
said,
you would have missed out.
I would have missed out. And I went and I clicked on it and they still had tickets left. So I am going to be doing a giveaway because I ended up with two books. I had already bought the book, but I didn't know the $25 ticket came with a book in her
Oh yeah,
assignment book. So I,
absolutely.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that. I'm learning. Friend, this is my first time. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how it worked. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So because the girl was like, you over here in this line. She said, girl, you got a ticket. I was like, oh, okay. I'm just standing there. And I'm like, I really want to go get my seat. My dumb ass didn't even know that I had a book waiting on me. I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
want to be in the front as close as possible. So when I'm filming, I'm not going over
Yeah.
people's heads. And she was like, you do want to get your book signed, right? I was like, yeah, okay. What book? So yeah, time was had. Time was had
Yeah.
this weekend.
Well, cool. I'm glad you got to meet her and go to your event and step out like a big girl
I did. I was a big girl.
and go to the city by yourself.
It was scary, but I did it. I don't get
Well,
about 41. I swear to God, it gets 25 sometimes. I swear, I feel bad for people. It's true. You should be comfortable at 41 going places. I'll go to dinner by myself. Yeah, I would do that.
Hmm.
I'll go have a book day by myself. But
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
live
you
in the
know.
suburbs. People like, oh, I'm coming to the city. No, well, okay, good. Then I mean, you're gonna see me.
Hmm.
I'm an hour outside of the city. It's gonna take you an hour to, baby. Just stay in Atlanta and turn up. Don't worry about coming to see me. You enjoy yourself.
Right.
I look at your page and like all your shit because I ain't coming.
Hmm.
No, I'm used to other people driving me into the city, especially at night. I ain't the
Yeah. Oh,
person
yeah, for
doing it.
sure.
Like I'm not doing
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
But I did it. My husband's like, look at you. He's like, I'm
I know
so
he's
proud of
probably
you.
wouldn't.
He's like, look at you. You did it. You didn't even think you could do it. He's like, we got to celebrate when you come home. Well, shit, did you
Hmm.
say but a word?
Right.
I'm a big baby.
It's okay. I understand for sure. It's scary going places by yourself sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I get it. Because I was nervous the first couple of times I went to like book events and stuff. But,
Mm-hmm.
did you see anybody you knew there?
There
Like
was
any
one
other?
girl that knew me. She was like Aquarius, and I was like, one. I saw one. There was another girl that just, I don't know. I feel like we just started following each other because
Hmm.
I saw that she put her pictures and all that stuff up, and I was like, huh. We haven't been friends long, so she probably don't know my content, and I don't know hers.
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
definitely it was one girl that was there, and I was like, "Hey, girl,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
always makes it better, especially when you go by yourself.
it
That you see
is,
people that
it
you know
is."
or recognize from the internet. So,
Instead
yeah.
of me dragging people against their will, because I
Yeah.
will. I don't care if you've never read a sentence in your life. Hey, you want to go with me? I got a ticket.
Hmm.
All I need you to do is just
Sit there.
content. Sit
Yeah.
there. You ain't got to do much.
Yeah. Well, friend, all right. It was a good week. We got our next book picked out. It's the holiday
Mhm.
weekend, so happy 4th of July, everyone.
Happy 4th of July.
Read lots of books. And yeah, that's it. So
All
I
right.
guess we will see y'all on the next episode of the Bookbestie Podcast.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.